Hey there, this is Glenn, and I'm here to show you how to install some economy tuners that I picked up from c.b.gitty Crafter Supply on your cigar box guitar. Let's do this! Here are the economy tuners that I ordered in the black finish. Each tuner gets one bushing and 2 screws. There are 3 left and 3 right tuners, and since I'll be making a 3-string cigar box guitar, I'll have enough tuners to do 2 projects. Sweet! For this project, the tools that I have are a ruler, a pencil. I like to have a scratch awl. I like to have blue painter's tape. Definitely need a drill driver or a drill press and various drill bits. Alright, in order to find the location of where it is I'd like the tuners to go, I'm going to measure in, preferably with the headstock facing up, 3/8 of an inch from either side. Mark that line and do the same on the other side of the headstock. Now after those lines have been drawn, I want to set the tuners at a distance from one another where it's still going to be aesthetically pleasing. So in this case, this is a 5-inch cutout. I want to set my tuners at 1.5 inches and 3.5 inches on one side, and right in the middle of those 2 marks on the other side of the headstock, I'm going to set the other tuner at 2.5 inches. I'm going to easily just poke a little hole with my scratch awl at each location and get prepared for drilling. Now before I start drilling any holes, I want to make certain that there's something underneath the headstock or something underneath the neck, so that as the drill bit goes through this piece of poplar, this neck, it doesn't drill into, say, my table or whatever surface I'm working on. So I just have a piece of scrap wood underneath, and I have the holes punched and ready to go. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch drill bit to create the holes for the tuners. This 1/4 inch hole is the right fit for the tuner. However, from the front of the headstock, I want to drill down another 1/4 inch with a 5/16 inch drill bit in order to make room for the bushing. If you're using a drill press to countersink for the bushings, you're pretty much all set. It's easy to control the depth at which you drill with that 5/16 inch drill bit. However, if you're using a handheld drill driver, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because that 5/16 inch drill bit is going to want to grab and pull you right through the wood. So I would suggest using drill bits that step up from a 1/4 inch to 5/16 of an inch in 64-inch increments. That was a tongue twister. To demonstrate, I'm going to mark off my drill bits so that I don't go any deeper than a 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to mark them off with this blue painter's tape, and once I get to the point where I've reached the tape, I'll know when to stop. I'm going to repeat this process in 64-inch increments from a 1/4 inch to 5/16 of an inch. And again, I'm only drilling down from the front of the headstock a 1/4 of an inch. So now you can see here I have my 1/4 inch hole, and then from the front face of the headstock I've drilled down a 1/4 of an inch. You can see the lip with a 5/16 inch drill bit in order to fit in the bushings. Here I've turned the neck over so the headstock is facing down and inserted the tuners. When you install tuners, you always want the gear facing down towards the body. And on each tuner there are 2 holes through which there will be screws to fasten to the neck. So I'm just going to mark out where it is I would like each hole to be drilled, and I'll use a 1/16 inch drill bit to create those holes. Much like working with the other drill bits earlier, I've taped off on this one the length of the screw so that I don't drill down too far and bust through the front of the headstock. If you haven't already, now's a good time to remove the lines that you drew on the front of the headstock earlier to mark out for the holes. And after you're done, just press in your bushings, and you can turn your headstock back over to start to install your tuners. With your tuners back into place, you can go ahead and insert the screws. Oh, that's a tiny little booger. And there you have it, a quick and painless process to install your economy tuners from c.b.gitty Crafted Supply, and you're one step closer to having your cigar box guitar finished. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them as quickly as possible. And until next time, take it easy. See ya!